to support the Batrider, but it looks like Batrider might die anyway. Good frostbite and a good stomp by the Doomringer, picking off the Earthshaker, but Batrider manages to escape. No, Earthshaker's still alive. A good stomp by Doom, but he couldn't get the Batrider, and meanwhile, Demon comes in from the back to give a little revenge on his buddy Fear. And both are Americans and both play on very powerful European teams. And Demon picks up a double kill, so that's really what MYM need to do. They need to just stall as long as possible. Go for an early-ish game build with Invoker, which is the Quaswex mobility build, and wait until Phantom Lancer farms really fast. Phantom Lancer is doing okay. I mean, he's averaging a little under 5 creep kills a minute. Yeah, a little under 5 creep kills a minute, which is pretty solid, but against a Weaver who can't really harass them too much. He should be getting a bit more, I think. But looks like, I mean, for God's sake, they haven't even pushed this tower yet, and they had a dual lane against Weaver. So, I mean, if they're not going to push the tower, Phantom Lancer should have a bit more creep kills, and Phantom Lancer really needs all the farm he can muster up. So we see Omni Knight, he has the phase boots, he has a soul ring, he's going to go try to gank this Keeper of the Light. Let's see what Pusher decides to do. Pusher has jack shit in terms of items. Looks like the Crow spotted them though, and looks like Pusher sort of stayed back, and Omni Knight and Ancient Apparition and Crystal Maiden proceed to go mid lane. Looks like they might try to get a push on. Let's see what level aura he has. I mean, he has level 2 DJ and aura. I'm guessing he has max heal and a level of Guardian Shield. I like to get one level of Repel. You never know when you need it. But I think in this more chasing sort of Omni Knight, I mean, in the early game, heal is really all that you need, and Repel doesn't really become useful. But Omni Knight was first sort of reintroduced into the scene by, I'm pretty sure, World Elite versus Tyloo, where World Elite pulled off an Omni Knight strategy, and I think they proceeded to totally own Tyloo. Meanwhile, good Repel dodge on the Fissure by Omni Knight, and looks like Mania's totally boned as he gets picked off by 1437, who is the Omni Knight. Meanwhile, Pusher and Demon and the Sentinel creeps owned Crystal Main, Come With Me, OK.Nirvana Knight. And look, the Mana Leak is already working to action. All of Omni Knight's mana is drained, and he can't really do anything as Batrider and Demon manage to pick off the remaining heroes. So Scourge managed to pick off a tower, but the Sentinel got 3 kills, and I think it's sort of inevitable that Sentinel are going to lose towers, but as long as they can sort of keep the Scourge heroes down while they pick up as many levels as they can, I think the word of the day today is pick off. So I'm going to do my best to avoid repeating myself 800,000 times like my last cast. So as long as Sentinel managed to keep the other Scourge heroes down while letting Phantom Lancer be protected by wards, be protected by the Keeper of Light, be protected by the Batrider, and having good awareness and vision, and letting Phantom Lancer free farm up. That's sort of the Sentinel plan, because they're not, I mean, there's only so much. There's only so much that a team can do when they're playing 4v5 until Phantom Lancer picks up a Radiance. But Phantom Lancer is farming okay. I mean, MYM has 0 towers at the moment, and Phantom Lancer has pretty terrible farm, considering a free farm lane. He has 47 creep kills in 11 minutes. He's only been really going up against Lacoste, who is a boss, but against the Soul Weaver with Keeper of the Light backup support, he should have a bit more farm than this. This is sort of why I really like playing it on Phantom Lancer or on Spectre. Meanwhile, we see we see Fear and Come With Me pick off Earthshaker, but Demon with a clutch last hit on the Earthshaker managed to pick off the die. I hope you saw it, but my play wasn't really fast enough to catch that. I prefer to take it slow and steady, going a little bit more central on that. But so we saw Earthshaker get denied by Demon, really well played by Demon, avoiding the Doom kill on Mania. So Barry's trying to catch some napalms on him, on Omni, but PL's doing a good job blocking, but I don't really know what that will accomplish. Omni gets off a heal, but Batrider goes for the lasso, and if Keeper of the Light manages to hit his blast, which he does, Omni Knight's reduced to extremely low HP. It looks like he might die. Yes, he's dead to the Batrider, but it looks like Lacoste will pick off Batrider in his stead. And Lacoste is sort of on a rampage warpath spree, and Keeper of Light and Milk are forced to retreat. So Milk with 50 creep kills in 12.5 minutes, that's still around like 4.5 creep kills per minute, which is definitely not what you want when you're in a free farm lane against a Weaver. And you have no really good towers. You have good anti-push heroes, and you have solid pushing heroes, but the pushing heroes need to have a sort of a backup carry to do what they can. Demon picked up a haste rune, and he had to go up here. I'm pretty sure he put up Cold Snap and tried to harass him a bit, but the arrival of Ancient Apparition and the incoming arrival of 1437, the Omni Knight, proceeds to scare off Demon, and he's forced to go home. Very sad, very depressed. Blood Elf needs blood, man. What else can you say? So Demon managed to pick up a Jang Elf phase, which looks like he's going for maybe a Hex, maybe... I doubt it would be Lincoln's. I mean, Cold Feet, Freeze Bite, Frostbite, Doom can be blocked by Lincoln's, but it's probably going to be either a Hex or a Yols. I know that movement-based, as we see, Lacoste managed to pick up a kill on Milk. Let's see, yep, Crystal Main used a Dust, and looks like Pusher was sort of out of position, but with 4 people down there, there's not really much Pusher could have done to help Milk out. I guess his Pusher sort of backed and just used Recall, but I guess that gank was sort of a surprise. They had Dust, and Scourge did a good job in killing the Phantom Lancer. So, as Scourge pushes tower, I'm going to take a little quick water/drink break. As we see Doom being EMP tornadoed, and Barrier is going to use his ultimate on him, and it looks like Doom is probably going to go down. He gets Cold Snap, he gets Firefly, he gets Flaming Isolate, he gets everything, but Doom is just such a beast with his high Scorched Earth regen and his Vanguard that it requires more than 2 people to kill him, obviously, even with an ultimate, even with the Invoker's Cold Snap, even with the pretty well-placed EMP Tornado. Doom is just too tank at this moment, so they're going to need at least 3 people to gank this Doom. Let's check out Doom's farm really quick. He has 2,300 gold, so he's saving up for his Relic. Looks like he'll probably get it around 18 minutes, I guess. And with that, let's check out PL's farm. PL has 830 gold. He doesn't have treads. He doesn't have a magic wand. So if he makes those items, which I doubt, he might make the magic wand. I doubt he'll finish treads, but he's going to be significantly behind the Doom, nonetheless, picking up the farm. Batrider is still continuing to neutral. It looks like Batrider is going to help ward up. So Earthshaker and Keeper of the Light. I mean, Earthshaker has boots. Look at Keeper of the Light. Keeper of the Light has boots. I think they've been spending most of their money on wards. Let's check what their ward count is. Mania has those 2 wards in the beginning, Pusher has 4 wards. But with the lack of tower kills and with trying to give Phantom Lancer all of the farm that they possibly can, they're going to not be able to find enough money to ward. So Batrider is going to help in the ward department. This means, of course, that Batrider won't be able to get his tanky items as soon as he possibly would like. Meanwhile, Omni Knight Hasted is coming around from the rear side, but in a nice place in Mana Leak. Manages to stun Omni Knight. Looks like Demon will probably die anyway. Fear picked up a Blink Dagger. Really unexpected play, and a nice Blink Dagger and a couple of auto attacks managed to end Pusher's and Demon's life. So, Blink Dagger, this is really aggressive by Fear. I actually really like this choice. I mean, if they turtle too hard, Doom can farm Radiance relatively fast anyway, but if they turtle too hard, they're going to lose, because Phantom Lancer beats all of their lane games by a significant amount. But if they go as aggressive as they possibly can with a Blink Dagger Doom, with a Stomp, with a... Max Brilliance R, so no level 4 Frost Nova by the Crystal Main. So that's not really aggressive, but it does allow Lacoste and Doom to sort of regain as much mana as possible and play really aggressive. Lacoste has Hood, has Vit Booster. Let's see if Lacoste is going for the Radiance. Lacoste has 1,500 gold, and he didn't pick up Ring of Health and Stout Shield. He still has no boots, by the way. Lacoste is sort of becoming more popular. This has also been sort of a trend in Asian games. Weaver has max move speed every 4 seconds, and he's only not max move speed. I think Shikuchi has a 9-second cooldown, so every 5 seconds he doesn't have max move speed. So Boots isn't really terribly efficient until sort of the later game. Fear picked up a Blink Dagger. Really unexpected play, and a nice Blink Dagger and a couple of auto attacks managed to end Pusher's and Demon's life. So Batrider is going to help in the ward department. This means, of course, that Batrider won't be able to get his tanky items as soon as he possibly can. They're going to need at least 3 people to gank this Doom. Let's check out Doom's farm really quick. He has 2,300 gold, so he's saving up for his Relic. Looks like Doom is going to be But the Chinese have been really experimenting with the Bootsless Weaver, and it's working out. I mean, Boots is 500 gold, which is pretty significant in the early game. So any bit of extra farm, any chance you can get to cut corners to find a faster game-changing game item like Radiance, like a faster hood, which allows you to tank more, like perhaps a mana regen to spam more time lapse if you don't have a Crystal Maiden on your team. Any corners you can cut will be really helpful. So that's good, and it's not like, I mean, he has an Omni Knight. This is sort of the great thing about Omni Knight. He can heal, he can provide a free BKP, a 3900 item, provided it in 10 seconds for repel. So Fanlancer was sort of twofold. They needed a hero to complement the Key of the Light, and they needed a Fusel Blade Carrier to help the PL, or to counteract the repel. But Fear blinks in with his Stomp, and the Doom kills off Demon instantly. Pusher throws on Mana Leak, well, with the Brilliance Aura, and all that other stuff. No Arcane Boots at the moment, but looks like Omni Knight is going to get dragged out by Batrider, and he dies to probably the most underwhelming Echo Slam ever. And you know what they say about small Echo Slams. That's right, I don't think I need to say anything more about small Echo Slams. So, we see Fear. He's walking menacingly against King J, who is Milk. King J, he's been managing to pick up his farm in the most recent part of the game. He has a 93 cube kills. He's probably going to get 100 in 20 minutes. He has died once, but I mean, for the most part, he should have farmed probably a little bit better than he did against Lacoste. And now Lacoste, I mean, he's only 14 creep kills behind the Phantom Lancer, and he's infinitely more useful in the early game compared to a Phantom Lancer who's only useful when he gets his Radiance, and that's it. So let's check out Melk's gold really fast. He's at 2600 gold, so 1200 more gold. Meanwhile, Demon throws down an EMP Tornado on the Omni Knight, drains a lot of mana, but Omni Knight repels, preventing any sort of follow-up initiation, preventing any Illuminate damage coming at the Omni Knight, and proceeds to just go with it. So, Omni Knight is he's a very underrated hero, and it's pretty, I don't know if it's nice to see him getting played, but I think it's more deserving to see that he's getting a lot more play. Thanks to the Asians, thanks to OK.Nirvana in this game. So Omni Knight is probably going to see a lot more play if he does well, and right now he's doing pretty well. Meanwhile, Ancient Apparition gets Flaming Lasso, but I think Playmate or Batrider or whoever is going to die. Weaver manages to pick up the kill on Batrider, and looks like Pusher is totally fucked. Crystal Main Ultimate. Omni Knight with Degen Aura Slow and Ice with me, or whatever. Laissez with me. Parlez-vous français? Oui. Yeah. Alright, anyway, after that terrible French accent / French impersonation, we see Demon. Looks like he's going for a Yule Scepter, and he picked up a Yule Scepter. So this gives his Demon a little bit more disable. I mean, Hex is really expensive, and they sort of need any item that they can. They can't really go all in on the late game if they're going to lose the mid game so bad. So a Yule's is significantly cheaper than a Hex, and it can provide a pretty useful disable at this point. And I think sort of Demon just going for mid-game items while Phantom Lancer goes to the late game. Demon Eoses himself, but after Fear blinked and stomped in, but looks like Demon's gonna die nonetheless. He dies to Omni Knight and Lacoste, and Demon and Lacoste, Fear. Ah, fuck! I don't know who these people are. All right, Fear, Playmate, people, dusted, Phantom Lancer dead, Lacoste going in. Lacoste is going to kill these other Shaker. No, he time-lapses out, and he's going to rush back home. So 3-for-0 exchange, and Scourge are picking up a tower. So checking out Phantom Lancer's gold, 2700s. And MYM only has one exterior tower. So if Scourge is just pushing on the base, there's not really much MYM can do at this point in time to counteract this. I mean, let's see what Weaver has. Weaver has 200 gold, so I'm guessing he just purchased a relic. They're going to pick off this tower, maybe go for a Roshan, and then try to end this game as soon as they can. I mean, with Weaver Radiance, even with the Radiance, Phantom Lancer isn't too threatening.